Today, we're diving into the crucial skill of camera presentation, so you look and sound as professional as possible. In this video, we're going to give you the top 15 tips that you can apply in your 10x10x10 videos, because you'll want your prospects and clients to say, wow, you look amazing. Now, if you've not presented to camera before, then this is a must watch. Even if you've worked with a videographer and a teleprompter, these tips will be a valuable reminder. Watch this video after you've written your scripts, because we're going to give you some tools for marking up your scripts so there will be visual reminders. Okay, let's get started. You've got to remember, what you're speaking in your videos, it's recorded information. This is not a speech where you must start and end without making a mistake. Who does that when you speak to someone anyway? It's not a race to get to the end, so take your time. Pause, breathe. Thus, we set the teleprompter speed at slow. This gives you time to pause, just like I just did a moment ago, to think, to emphasize, to get your point across. So your pace is important. Slow and steady. Don't read, tell. When we do videos, we're talking to just one person. We don't use language like, hello everyone. Even though the video might be going on social media, we all consume videos individually. So we use language like you. If you're nervous about talking to the camera, then bring a photo of someone you like, or they like you, or someone you trust. Put that photo behind the camera and talk to them. It will change the relationship that you have with the camera because you'll be talking to someone that you trust, which is exactly what your audience wants to see and hear. In our 10x10x10 studio, we're using two cameras, the primary teleprompter camera and a close-up camera. It's important that you only look at the primary camera. You can look away, but only for a short moment. Otherwise, you'll look a bit weird if you're talking over there. You know, even the slightest movement other than the primary camera will have your audience watching the video think, what is she looking at? What is he looking at? It's like, you know, when you're talking to someone in person, you'll be looking at their eyes or their face. If you start shifting your eyes somewhere else, you'll look dodgy. If you are going to look away, look up to the left. The right, not so good. Using nerves effectively when speaking to a camera involves transforming that anxiety into positive energy. Start by acknowledging your nerves as a natural response. They tell us that you care about your performance. Take a few deep breaths to center yourself. Then channel that adrenaline into your delivery. Speak with passion and enthusiasm. Remember that a little nervousness can enhance your authenticity, making your message relatable and engaging for viewers. This is perhaps the most important tip for beginners. Like I said in tip number 1, this is not a race to the end. It's really, really important that you stop or pause. Gives your audience time to take in the information that you're sharing. At the end of a sentence, there's a full stop, right? So take that full stop and stop. It will seem like a long time, but editors, they can shorten the gap, but they can't stretch you out if you're talking at 200 words per minute. If you're nervous, you will read fast. So I suggest that you even write the word pause in brackets at the end of your sentence in your script. If you're not sure how long a pause is, you should be able to count 1001, 1002 in your head. That's a good long pause. This is what you don't want to look like in your videos. Yeah, nah. Here's 3 expressions to negate that wooden look. Smile. It creates a welcoming and approachable demeanor, especially when you start your video. A smile can enhance your tone of voice, making it sound warmer and more inviting. It adds a layer of positivity to your presentation, making it more enjoyable for viewers. Eyebrows or brow. This thing, yeah. It often signals surprise, interest, or excitement, making your expressions more dynamic and engaging. This non-verbal cue can help emphasize key points, drawing viewers' attention to what you're saying. Additionally, it can make you appear more open and approachable. Head movement. Subtle head movements, like nodding, can convey agreement and engagement, helping you reinforce your message. Tilting your head can express curiosity or openness, making you appear more relatable. So be a person with expression. If you normally speak with your hands, then do so in your videos. Often gestures translate to emphasis in our tone of voice, and that's a good thing. Just remember that we won't see your gestures if you move your hands around down here and look a little bit dodgy. Bring a positive body language, stand tall, shoulders back with confidence. Try not to put your hands in your pockets. I sometimes make that mistake, or certainly fold your arms. We want you to be inclusive as I put my hands in my pockets. Energy is crucial when speaking to a camera because it captivates the audience and conveys enthusiasm. High energy levels create a dynamic presence, making the message more engaging and memorable. It fosters a connection with the viewers, helping to maintain their attention. I'm sure you've heard speakers when they're really nervous and they speak in this awkward high pitch. It's because they're chest breathing and not breathing from their diaphragm. Once you unlock the diaphragm breathing, you can truly explore your range. How high can you go with your voice? And how low? With pitch variance, it keeps the audience engaged, conveys emotion, and effectively helps emphasize key points for better understanding. Rather than vary your pitch, here's a tip that you can use in your 10x10x10 filming. At the end of a sentence, if you were asking a question, you would inflect your voice upwards, right? However, if you want to sound more authoritative, then you'll need to inflect your voice downwards at the end of a sentence. You'll hear newsreaders who are typically authoritative, finishing on a neutral or downward inflection. Here's an example. Do you think this sounds authoritative? I'm really good at what I do. I'm a painter and I work mainly in Auckland. I've been running my business for 10 years. Versus the authoritative, downward inflection, breathing from the diaphragm. I'm really good at what I do. I'm a painter and I work mainly in Auckland. I've been running my business for 10 years. See the difference? Try the downward inflection in your script delivery. Like I've mentioned earlier, we'd prefer to set the speed of the teleprompter to slow so you can maximize your expressions and emphasis. To slow down your delivery, you can try this, to elongate your vowels. Let's try it together. You can elongate your vowels. You can elongate your vowels. I would use this sparingly, but it's really easy to do, especially when it's the key point that you want to make in the video. At the end of your video, when you say your last few words, hold your gaze at the camera. Folks tend to look at a producer or a videographer and think, well, that wasn't very good, was it? When in fact it was probably just fine. We'll need at least 2 seconds of you gazing into the lens, hopefully smiling so we can edit it naturally. Remember, we want you to look amazing on your videos, so hold that gaze at the end of your script. If you wear glasses, then perhaps use them as a prop. Put them on to start your video. Take them off during a pause. Put them back on again. Remember, we shoot you from your chest up. So using your hands will make your presentation more dynamic. But these hand indications need to happen in this area, not down here. Use your fingers to communicate numbers. Pointing with your hands, wiping your brow, thumbs up, listening. Great gestures. Look at your script and write in brackets, e.g., hands behind the ears, into your script so you have a visual cue to do that action. For tip 14, this really shows whether you've prepared. Reading your scripts prior to filming is okay. Saying them aloud is where the true rehearsing takes place. This will help your confidence on filming day. Apply everything we've talked about in this video. Use pauses, emphasis on keywords, pitch variation, highs, lows, and elongating your vowels. 1 to 2 hours of rehearsal is the minimum we'd recommend. The last step before you get to the filming day is to warm up. Like a runner does stretches to warm up the leg muscles, we've got to warm up your speaking muscles. When you drive to the studio, in your car, warm up your face, your mouth, your lips, tongue, and your voice. Face, stretch your face wide, scrunch it up. Wide face, do that a couple of times. Mouth, open your mouth as wide as possible. Put some words to it. Wow, 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 wow. It'll look really weird, but it's okay. Lips, we speak with these. We need to warm up our lips. Tongue, this has to be warmed up too. Do these exercises because you're less likely to stumble over your words in your script. We'll actually do this warm up at the studio, but it can be the difference between 1 take and 10. Trust me, you'll want to get it right in the studio. And these exercises work a treat. And there you have it. My top 15 best practice tips for camera presentation. I suggest you watch this a couple of times once you've written your scripts, at least 4 days before you are booked for your filming. Bring energy to your presentation. Smile. Talk to one person and take your time. Mark up your scripts with the word pause or expression or hand wave, even capitals for emphasis if you want those keywords and you want to nail them in your script. Thanks for watching and happy 10 by 10 by 10 filming.